Hey guys, I just want to preference this by these photos are my intellectual property. I'm using them simply so I don't have to run the risk of being copyright striked because I just want to talk to you right now. I want to talk to you guys about the Orlando massacre, and I call it a massacre because that's what it is. And we know now that the attack was claimed by ISIS, and the attacker said that he had done these actions for ISIS, in affiliation with ISIS. And I really don't want to talk about the nuance of Islam, good or bad, because yes, the beliefs within the doctrine of Islam are bad. And I'm sure by now every rational person believes this. And even most moderate Muslims know that there are parts of the Quran that are very, very fucking backwards and messed up. And I don't think anyone is in denial that the holy doctrine of Islam and the books that surround the Quran are partly to blame in this, with their aggressive militaristic teachings. But that's a different story for another day. I actually want to talk about the response of this, and not the response of the people that are like, ban guns, ban Muslims. This love is love, and love wins. I grew up with a mother that wasn't very accepting of the fact that I was bisexual. And it took me a very long time to learn how to love myself and how to accept the fact that I wasn't straight and that I liked women as well as men. And I spent years battling with that, and I only really got a strong, concrete ability to be proud and happy in my own skin recently. And this attack was like all those years were just erased in a single instant. That attack said to me, and I'm sure many of us in the LGBT community, your life doesn't matter, you're subhuman. And what scares me is that belief is held by many people, but more so within the Middle East and the more extreme sects of Islam. And what scares me is that no one has massacred gays on this scale. That sounded really offensive, gays. Yeah, you understand what I mean. No one has massacred gay people on this scale in the modern Western world. And now we have intense threats of terror. We have influx of migration. We are disorganized and adrift from what should be happening within the Western world. And it scares me because I am now beginning to wonder how many innocent people have to be killed on a daily basis before we do something. Because today, well, yesterday, I had a piece of my humanity that I'd been working very hard on recapturing broken. And I know this isn't about me. because obviously this is about the people who died and were injured and their loved ones, and my heart and all all my love is with them, but my love and thoughts aren't going to bring them back, and they're not gonna help fix the fear in other people's hearts, because now I'm scared. Now I am genuinely afraid of what happens next, what comes next, how many people are going to die before we sit up and we wake up. There is something wrong here, and we have to sit down and we have to analyze it. And you can't keep calling people who call for a frank and honest discussion Islamophobic and racist and bigots, because I want nothing more than to a fringe group of people with no affiliation to anything good people affiliate themselves with to be involved in this, and them to be the only perpetrators. It's not. The perpetrator had an ideology that 1 billion people share, and 1 billion people practice one ideology in a very different magnitude of different ways, and we can all agree on this. But there is some core principle that allows people throughout the Middle East to kill gays, to throw them off buildings, to kill women, to kill children, to defile and rape and destroy civilizations. And that's here now. That's here. We had freedom, and we worked hard, and we fought hard for that freedom. Everyone fought hard in the past, and in the present, and in the future. We will continue to fight to keep that freedom. But people have become complacent, and people don't seem to realize that some ideologies and some cultural differences are not able to fit within Western society. They are simply not compatible. And it sucks, and I hate it, but the world isn't hunky-dory, and it doesn't work the way we want it to. And that's a sad, hard fact. And now, for every person who tells me that the most people who are killed are Muslims, they are. And I think it is a disservice to every single innocent woman, child, and man whose blood has been spilt in the name of this religion, of this ideology, of this toxic, militaristic cult, to deny the fact that there is a problem inherently within the doctrine, within the teachings and the way that it is taught to people. Not all Muslims are bad people, and I will say this forever. There is always good and bad people within any group, but the bad in this group just so happen to be compelled to strip the lives of innocent people away from them. And I don't know if it's going to take reform or what. I don't know what it'll take. But I think before any of that, we need to sit down and we need to acknowledge we have a problem. I send all of my love and all of my thoughts to anyone suffering as a result to this massacre. I send my love and understanding to the moderate Muslims who have renounced this act of terror. I send my love and thoughts to any person in the LGBT community who has felt their identity has taken a stumble because of this. And most of all, I hope that you wake up and you understand there is a real problem, and you are doing a disservice to every person who has died because of this problem to not acknowledge it. I hope you guys have a lovely evening, and I send you all my love and thoughts. I'll see you next time, guys. I'm sorry this was a sad one. Be back with some happier stuff, I promise.